Guys, I know feeding and comforting the baby takes a lot of energy and patience, but no one ever told me washing bottles could be this exhausting. I never knew it would become my daily routine to spend 30 minutes each round just washing and sterilizing them. And what's worse, it happens multiple times a day. Of course, we tried using our dishwasher, but it just never worked well. And eventually that weird smell and residue still made us hand wash them a second time. What a waste of time. That's why when we saw these new bottle washers on the market, we just couldn't wait to have one. Since it's not a cheap gadget, we decided to buy the 2 washers we were most interested in and test them out. So, if you're considering getting a Baby Brezza or Papablic washer, hopefully my experience will be helpful. I'll start by reviewing their design and capacity, then dive down into the washing, sterilizing, and drying cycles, and other details you may want to know. So, when I first looked at these 2 models, I noticed that the Baby Brezza is bigger and takes up more space on my countertop. But a bigger model doesn't always mean more room inside. The Papablic may be smaller, but it's compact and can hold up to 8 bottles at once. Meanwhile, the Baby Brezza can only hold up to 4 bottles. Additionally, the Papablic can wash pump parts too, whether it's breast pump parts or wearable pump parts, they all fit in. If you're pumping or your wife needs to pump to feed the baby, you know pump parts are really hard to wash. There are always little corners that feel impossible to clean thoroughly. So this design is really a lifesaver for families like ours. Although the Papablic is more compact, it needs to stay beside your sink since it uses a drain tube to send dirty water straight into the sink. With the Baby Brezza, you can wash bottles away from the sink because it has a dirty water tank in the back to store the dirty water. But if you hate dumping dirty water and cleaning the tank after every use like I do, you won't mind keeping the Papablic on the countertop, especially since it's compact enough to fit it. Okay, next. When it comes to bottle washers, the 2 most important things are how fast and how clean the items turn out. So first, there are slight differences in the time it takes to complete all the cycles. But if you use the rapid mode on the Papablic, it can save an additional 10 minutes in the wash cycle. This can be helpful if you need the bottles washed quickly to feed your hungry baby. And when it comes to washing performance, I believe you'll never know if you don't run a deep clean test on both of them. So I washed overnight dirty bottles in these 2 models to see which cleans better. I left 2 dirty bottles in my kitchen for 24 hours and cleaned them using these washers the next day. Trust me, I've been there, and I actually fell asleep on the couch after hand washing it for half an hour because it was just that hard to clean. To keep the test fair, I used the normal wash mode on the Papablic to compare with the Baby Brezza. This way, both could finish washing the bottle in a similar amount of time. So, let's get straight to the results. First is the Baby Brezza bottle. It was almost clean, but there was still some stubborn residue left inside, which is similar to hand washing. Next, let's take a look at the Papablic bottle. It came out completely clean. So clean I would not believe it stayed dirty overnight before. It really did a good job. Then I took a closer look at how each one works to see why there's such a difference. The BZ model has 20 direct jets and spray right into the bottles, but if you don't aim them just right, the spray might miss some residue. The Papablic, though, has 12 directional sprays and 14 swirling sprays, so it covers every corner of the bottle and makes sure it's cleaned inside and out. After the cleaning test, I checked their sterilized cycles. Both of them take about 10 minutes to sterilize with hot steam, which I believe is more than enough to kill any bacteria you might be concerned about. However, when it comes to the last cycle, the dry cycle, the Papablic performs much better than the Baby Brezza. It takes only 45 minutes to dry all the bottles, while the Baby Brezza needs a full hour. What's even better is that there's not a single trace of water left inside the Papablic, while the Baby Brezza always leaves some steam inside. To be honest, as a washer that runs multiple times a day, it's actually important to make sure the bottles are ready to be used right after they're done. If you've ever used the Baby Brezza, you must have noticed that the bottles can easily top over if you accidentally bump them while loading. I think that's because of the large see-through design, which leaves a lot of space for the bottles to fall out. But with the Papablic, you don't have to worry about that at all because of its design. You can place the bottles in with the second bottle. Next thing is the amount of water needed to complete all the cycles. The Baby Brezza requires 3 liters of water, while the Papablic uses half a liter less. Some people might not see this as an issue, but over time, the Papablic could save you a significant amount of water. Finally, it's the noise level. I gotta say, the Papablic is quieter than the Baby Brezza. Its sound doesn't bother me at all, more like a soft hum, kind of like my fridge. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope this video helps you choose your perfect bottle washer. And if you have any other thoughts on this new gadget, feel free to comment. I'd love to discuss it with you.